Hi, this is Michelle with Usborne Books and More. Today I want to go over some of our storybooks that we have. Some of them are our popular ones and some of them are hidden gems that we don't get to talk about a lot. First up is Usborne Peek Inside a Fairy Tale, Little Red Riding Hood. This book is beautiful. It's very cool because it has these cutouts on each of the pages while it tells the classic tale of Little Red Riding Hood. It also has some flaps in it too. Very neat book there. Then we have Olga de Polga. This is written by Michael Bond, who also wrote Paddington Bear. They usually take the covers off these books, and this one is totally worth taking off because this undercover here is super cute. This is a story about a guinea pig who gets into a ton of mischief. So again, really neat pictures. This is a chapter book. It's a little bit longer storybook, so you could maybe read a chapter a night with your family, but all ages will enjoy this story, definitely. There. Next up we have How Deep is the Sea? Pipkin is a penguin who has a lot of big questions, and he really wants to know how deep the sea is, so he goes on an adventure to check it out. At the end of the book, there's an envelope. You get to take out this poster that shows you how deep the sea is. The sea is very deep. So not only is this book fun, but it's educational as well. Kids will learn what all sorts of things are down at the bottom of the sea. Also, with How Deep is the Sea, we have How Big is a Million that also features Pipkin and has a poster at the end of that as well. Next up is One Night in the Zoo. This is definitely a hidden gem that we don't talk about enough. This is a story of what goes on in the zoo at nighttime after everybody's left. And this book really sold me on Usborne having books to cover everything that children love. Because right now my daughter is really into sneezing. She thinks it's hilarious. And this book even has a page about tigers who sneeze. You get to sneeze 7 times in this book. She loves it. So you get to not only find out how or what goes on in the zoo, but then at the end, they have these really neat illustrations, and you get to count 1 through 10, each of the animals. Then we have Dan the Taxi Man. This is one of our more popular ones that a lot of people know about. This is about Dan the Taxi Man who goes through town to collect his friends to take him to the show. Talks about instruments. It has great rhyming and repetition, so children can read along with you. They're a very fun book, Dan the Taxi Man. Next up is Waiting for Winter. This book is really cute. This is also definitely a hidden gem. Again, high quality, beautiful illustrations. But this is a storybook about a squirrel who is waiting for the first snowfall. He's not quite sure what he's waiting for. He knows that snow is cold and wet, but he's just not sure, so he helps, or his forest friends and him wait and see what they can find that they think is snow. It's super silly, super cute, very adorable, a lot of fun to read. This is one of our newer books. This is Nibbles. He is a book monster. We also, he comes in a plush that you can get on our website as well. But Nibbles escapes from his cage, and he loves to chew on everything, but his favorite thing is books. So you get to find out what happens when he goes and munches his way through storybooks. Here. So that's very, very cute, very silly, very fun storybook. Next up is Tale of Two Beasts. This book is about perspectives. I use this, I'm a social worker, and I use this with my kids who need to learn that you might be in the same situation as someone else, but you might not be thinking the same things, and that it's okay. So this helps children understand what it's like to have 2 different opinions. So the first tale is from the girl's perspective. You get to find out what happens when she finds a beast. And then the second part is from the beast's perspective. So the exact same story, but from his perspective and what he thinks. Very silly tale, but also a lesson to learn. And last we have Passing By. This is an adorable book about Yale. She's waiting on her apartment balcony. She loves to watch what goes on her street. She loves to ask questions. Where's the little dog now? Where has he gone? Who's that in the flowers? Who's creeping so quietly? Again, bright, really pretty illustrations. You get to find out what she's waiting for while she observes everything on her street, and you get to find out that at the end, she's been waiting for her daddy to come home to take her for a walk. Super, super cute book, a lot of fun. And, you know, kids love to ask questions, so there you go, that's Passing By. Hope you enjoyed learning about our storybooks. Happy reading!